Hitting the ground running. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm R.J. Dickens. It's 64 degrees at Wichita's Mid-Continent Airport. Here's what you'll be talking about this afternoon. Newly minted Health and Human Services Secretary Kathleen Sebelius had no time for rest today. Less than 12 hours after being confirmed by the U.S. Senate, resigning as Kansas governor, and being sworn in by President Obama, Sebelius met this morning with Homeland Security Assistant John Brennan to receive an update on the swine flu. The nation's first confirmed death from the outbreak occurred overnight, a 23-month-old child in Texas. State Health Officer Dr. Jason Eberhardt Phillips is briefing a joint legislature on swine flu in Kansas. No new cases have been reported since an Abilene couple returned home from a trip to Mexico earlier this month. The elderly man and his wife have voluntarily quarantined themselves in their home. State officials say they are monitoring conditions and have received the first shipment of allocated medications from the federal government. The swine flu outbreak has also postponed the visit of a Chinese delegation to Wichita. Officials from the city of Wuxi were to have arrived Tuesday to tour local business and governmental facilities. A separate visit from the city of Kaifeng is still scheduled to begin on Friday. The Wichita Eagle reports on its website that Cessna announced additional layoffs and suspension of its new Columbus program this morning. Another 2,300 people will be given pink slips, including 700 salaried employees. The company will also close its Bend, Oregon facility. A police officer in Goddard has been indicted on charges he defrauded the Goddard Police Department. Federal charge that 44-year-old Calvin Schaefer offered to drop criminal charges against a person he arrested in exchange for sex. The indictment also alleges that on March 1st, Schaefer used a police department computer to email nude photos of himself. If convicted, he could face up to 20 years in prison and a $200,000 fine. The grand jury also indicted a 34-year-old man on charges he re-entered the United States illegally from Mexico after being convicted of a felony and deported. Isidro Torres Noguez was arrested last Tuesday in Wichita. It's 65 degrees at the Local 5 studios here in the Douglas Design District. Local 5 clear weather radar shows a lot of activity to the southeast of us. And a little rain looking like it may approach Wichita, yet mostly in the form of moisture. The really heavy stuff seems to be, of it to the south of us, to the west of us, seems to be well to the south of us. Looking at current conditions, it's 64 degrees at Wichita's Mid-Continent Airport. Winds are from the south-southeast at 12 miles per hour. Relative humidity is 93%. Barometric pressure is 30.02 inches. This afternoon, thunderstorms likely. Highs near 70. South winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. To gusts around 25. 70% chance of rain. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a 40% chance of thunderstorms. Lows 60 to 65. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Your local 5-day forecast. A flash flood watch is in effect until Friday morning. Rain likely to continue Thursday and Friday, and also Saturday night and Sunday. Rain back in the forecast for Sunday and Monday. On Wall Street, stocks extended gains today on better than expected earnings and government data that suggested company inventories even as the economy shrank more than expected in the first quarter. At noon Eastern, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was up nearly 148 points to 8165. The NASDAQ was up over 39 points to 1713. The Standard & Poor's 500 was up over 17 points to 872. And the Local 5 Index, the Wichita area's 20 largest publicly traded employers, was up $8.10 to 346.23. Here's a look at stocks of local interest. In sports, former K-State standout Darren Sproles signed a $6.6 million contract with the San Diego Chargers today after being declared their franchise player for the year, an unrestricted free agent. And finally, a British vacationer is being hailed as a hero after he thwarted gun-toting pirates attacking a cruise ship by throwing a chair at them. Win Rollins was celebrating his 62nd birthday with a dream cruise on board the MSC Melody near the Seychelles Island. Pirates in a speedboat trying to clamber onto the vessel. A quick-fitting win, a retired engineer from England picked up a deck chair and flung it down at the gang before raising the alarm. The ship's captain, Ciro Pinto, was then able to outmaneuver the pirates to prevent them from boarding the ship. The MSC Melody and its 1,000 passengers and 500 crew were 600 miles off the coast of Somalia, notorious for the pirate attacks when the incident occurred Sunday evening. Well, why didn't throwing a chair? Now that'll help. That'll solve anything. But that's Local 5 reports for this Wednesday. Glad to be back after a couple of days due to the weather Sunday. But got more rain in the forecast today, tomorrow, Saturday night, Sunday, maybe a little sun on Monday. So keep the slicker handy, keep the rain gear handy, and get out the surfboard. You're planning on being anywhere around First and Second and West Streets, of course. But other than that, just remember it's probably gonna rain the next few days. So be ready for that, and be ready for some more, as Cheryl will be back with more of Continue.